Hi, your girl here. I'm just hopping on here to just have a chat around where my brain is. Like, I had responded to what I would term a audacious comment that I had received on one of my videos. And so later on in the evening, I took down that video I had done as a response. And so this video now is to kind of give you a picture about where my brain is and what that was all about. So sit down, relax, and let's have a chat. So a little bit of background, right? For the last 2 months or so, I have, like, my following has grown a lot. It's doubled. It's more than doubled. And by the way, welcome on board. I love you. Let's have a great time together, right? But that has also made me exposed to a side of Instagram that I've never been exposed to. So my videos have also been exposed to audiences that I normally wouldn't be exposed to. And so one of the repercussions of that is that I have people commenting on my videos that are just plain mean. No other word to describe it but plain mean. And so the first time I got comments that I felt were mean, I was taken aback. Really taken aback, because it's never happened to me, and it was so new. And so I was kind of like, wait, what's going on? And then I quickly moved from being like shocked about it, and then being kind of like, but that's just so mean. Like, why would you do that to another human being? Like, that's just mean, right? So I moved from shock to that. And I think that response is also part of shock. And then I moved from that to anger. Somewhere along the lines, I decided, hey, it's my page. It's my post. So in as much as you can't control what people say on a normal basis, at the very least, I can control where they say it. So if you're going to say it on my page or on my post, I'm going to delete it. So I started deleting whichever comments that I felt was mean. And then I quickly became tired of that because, fam,
online bullying has become so normal that people don't even call it bullying anymore. It's just comment. But behind every cruel word is a real person with feelings. People feel safe hiding behind screens, leaving comments they would never say to someone's face. From TikTok, Facebook, Twitter to Instagram, bullying has been normalized to the point where people expect it. And sadly, women, especially those who are not conventionally attractive, are often the main target. This is the story of Naomie Pilula, a 38-year-old Zambian lawyer whose innocent selfie turned into a viral storm of insult. She posted a simple selfie with a cheerful caption, and instead of encouragement, she was hit with thousands of hateful comments. People mocked her features, her nose, her natural beauty, all because she wasn't conventionally attractive or didn't fit into society's idea of perfect. Naomi admitted that she thought about deleting the picture, but then she realized something bigger was at play. This wasn't just about her, it was about how social media encourages bullying as entertainment. Instead of giving in, Naomi chose strength. She left the selfie up, proving that she wouldn't let strangers define her worth. And that's powerful because the truth is, the most beautiful glow up is choosing self-love in a world that profits from our insecurities.
in my moments of being angry, I did respond to one of those comments, and I posted it. And my lovely people came to my defense about that, which was wonderful and great. And thank you so much. It really restored my faith in the goodness of people who are majority, or a majority follow me. So great. But I took it down, and the reason why I took it down was partly because after a conversation I had with my sister, and so I was telling her about it, and she was just asking me a very simple question. She was just like, you know what, And she was reminding me, she's like, you can't control what people say. And that's true. That's true across board. You can never control what people say, right? But what it triggers in you and your response to what people are saying is just a mirror to help you to see what is in you. And so she was just asking me like, okay, yes, you're pissed off about this, but what exactly is pissing you off? Like, what exactly is this unearthing in you? Can you have a sit down with yourself and find out? So that's what I did. I sat down with myself and I was trying to figure it out, like what's going on around this. Like, don't get me wrong, like if people like say something mean to you, it's natural to be upset, but it's also good to also know what exactly about what they've said have upset you, because there's some things that people say that are mean, right? And it's mean, but then it will like brush over your head because it's like totally inconsequential. But then there are other things that just like hit home. And so those are the things you have to like sit down and say, wait, why is this hitting home? When it comes to appearance and stuff, like I grew up having a lot of comments around my appearance, my nose, other features of my face, other features of my body. And so I was very insecure about my appearance for a very long time. And then thank the Lord, I started liking myself. That was a great, and that was a long journey, but a great journey as well. And then you get these comments, right, concerning my face and my features and other things. And so I had to sit down and say, okay, God, what is going on here? What is this? What's happening here? And then just seeing, even in like getting upset and making a video about it, and having a conversation with my sister, I feel like God just clocked me and said, "Ish, I think you need to sit down, because this is bigger than what you are making it, or this is more serious than what it could be. Yes, people are mean. Yes, you can ignore them and stuff like that, but it identified for me, it helped me identify a bigger problem or a bigger concern. And I think it's a concern that we should all have. And what do I mean by this? I think that it's very easy, and I've been guilty of this. I think it's very easy to, especially in this world of social media, to look at people's videos and posts and stuff like that and respond with derogatory marks, or even if you don't, some of us don't even post it, but we'll think it and do that and not respond, or we just laugh on our own. But I was reminded of the scripture about how we were woven together in our mother's womb, right? And the fact that God saw us even before we were created. Like he's the one who knit us together. And so that tells me that every intricate detail of even my features was something that God put thought and time into, right, to create. And not just mine, but every single living person on this earth. He did that. And so I sat down, and it dawned on me that by laughing at a person, by laughing at what has been created, aren't you in essence laughing at the creator? Yes, my features are, a mixture of my mother and my father and other, distant generations back. And so I carry their features because they are my blood. But again, God was the one who orchestrated the fact that I'll get my father's nose and his eyebrows, and his mouth. Actually, a lot of my features are from my dad, and all that jazz. He's the one who orchestrated all that. And so if anyone were to have an issue with that, it comforted me, in the sense that it's not a issue around, like, you don't have an issue with me. You have an issue with God who created me. And so that also that's a comforting thought in terms of me being, commented on. But it's a scary thought for the people who are commenting, because and this video, I'm not even expecting this to really change anyone's behavior, because people will be what they want to be. Again, this is just a mental dump for you to kind of figure out where my brain is in this. And so it's scary to think that as a human being, I've got the audacity, it is audacity. I've got the audacity to laugh at God. Like, this is God. This is Lord of Lords, King of Kings, Creator of the universe, Alpha and Omega, omniscient, omnipotent, all powerful, all knowing. This God who is God alone, who no one can compare to and nothing can compare. This God who is uncreated. He was there before time began, and everything like that. This God, me, who is human being and nothing in his eyes, I'm laughing at him. That is scary.
Naomi's story highlights how society often punishes women who dare to be real, who show themselves without filters, edit, or conforming to what's considered perfect. Naomi is God's creation and was beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of her creator. Why is it that one simple selfie can spark so much hate? Instead of receiving love and positivity, she was met with waves of online bullying and harsh comments. This moment revealed something bigger than just one viral photo. It exposed how society's beauty standards are shaping the way we treat ourselves and each other online. From a young age, many of us are taught that beauty equals worth, lighter skin, certain body shapes, specific facial features. The checklist goes on. These rigid standards don't just make people insecure, they make us cruel to anyone who don't fit the mold. Online bullying doesn't just stop at mean comments, it chips away at someone's self-esteem, their confidence, and sometimes even their mental health.
If there was a beauty pageant and there were 10 contestants and I was one of them, I wouldn't be the go-to winner. However, and I'm not saying that self-deprecatingly. Like, I'm not trying to look down on myself. What I'm saying is, you need to be okay with other people not finding you beautiful. That shouldn't define your own beauty.
The internet is a very interesting place. It's not real. And a lot of these kids and some adults believe that it's okay to hop behind a keyboard and be nasty to other people. I wish that we could run it back to a time where you would say something as mean as "you're ugly" to somebody's face and get your ass beat as a result. The internet is not a real place. We have a lot of keyboard warriors. People hide behind their screens and their keyboards and they protect their accounts and everything. And they go and they say the wildest shit ever about an individual minding their own freaking business. Okay? This woman, Naomie Pilula, I hope that I pronounced her name right, was minding her business, just standing in her own self-love. And people had the audacity to get behind a keyboard and talk crap about her looks. Run that shit to my face, bro. Okay? Because this ass whooping, rated E for everybody. Okay? But let me just speak on something else. I live in Miami. Living in South Florida, you know that colorism runs rampant. Okay? Being different pretty much ostracizes you. Okay? And my grandma made it a point to tell me that no one will love you as much as you love you. There would be times that I would sit in the mirror and just stare at myself like, okay, no makeup, no nothing, to the point that when I looked at myself, I loved who was looking back at me. Okay? It does not matter, and I'm saying this to Naomi, it does not matter whether you are aesthetically beautiful. That's what she said. I'm not aesthetically beautiful, and that's okay. Who determines what the aesthetic is? You do. You determine your own aesthetic. The only thing that's aesthetically beautiful is what you determine it is. Okay? Popular opinion does not matter. I do not care if nobody considers me beautiful. I am plus size. I am black. I have type 4 hair. I have acne. I have missing teeth. Like, I have big feet. I have big hands. Everything you can possibly think of that people tried to pick me apart about my outward looks. My butt was always big, okay? I have a big stomach. I got boobs, I got jiggly arms. People are going to try to find anything to make you feel less than because you have the audacity to love yourself out loud. Love yourself and be loud with it. I don't give a damn what anybody says about what I look like. Oh, well, you're kind of big, and is, period. The fuck? You got big feet and the more to step on bitches' throats with. That's my vibe. Okay? There is no aesthetic. There is no aesthetic. You are aesthetically beautiful to you. I am aesthetically beautiful to me. Okay? And the next person, and the next person, and the next person. They determine who's aesthetically beautiful. The same goes for you. There is no aesthetic outside of that. The aesthetic is self-love. That's my message for today.
Shout out to this beautiful black queen right here who is authentically herself, who chooses to be comfortable in her own skin and not cave to the fucked up beauty standards set by society. She says, screw your opinions. This is my face. These are my features I had on my whole life. And I'm comfortable in my own skin. Do you know how hard it is to love the skin that you were born in, your natural physical features in today's times? Do you know how hard that is, where you get judged on still having your original real teeth that you were born with? Because I'm choosing to love my authentic smile. They may not be perfect, bitch, but they mine. Cheese, ting. Queen, I say this to say I celebrate you. I see you. I stand beside you. I lift you up. I give you encouragement. I give you motivation to keep going and to keep living beautifully and authentically in your own skin. Period. I think you're beautiful. And I say your confidence is sexy as hell. You know how many of the pretty people, the beautiful people are so freaking insecure, even after countless cosmetic surgeries to fix whatever the original insecurity was, they still cannot come on social media being them authentic selves.
Featureism is shaking. And for those who do not know what featureism is one of those isms, just like colorism, where they talk badly about dark-skinned people versus light-skinned people. Featureism has to do with features, saying that there is beauty or non-beauty in the features of the face or the body of a person. It's supposed to bring a hierarchy to beauty in whatever country that you live in. Well, featureism is the main conversation here when it comes to Naomie Pilula, Esquire, may I add. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it. So this is another photo of her. This is Miss Naomie Pilula. She's from Zambia, and she works as a lawyer in the Zambian financial sector. Well, People magazine did an article because she posted a selfie saying that she got her Bantu knots going. She did a clean face routine, and she was giving the girls straight face card, period, in that last photo that I showed you. Well, when I say this photo went viral in the most negative way, people were tearing her up in the comments, saying, is this AI? Saying very featurist, colorist, sexist things about her, which made her make other videos, but it made the photo go viral. Well, this was Miss Naomie with the caption saying, Happy Monday. The hair is hairing. The skin is skinning. I'm so happy. This is the Bantu knot out, okay? Freshly washed hair, okay? So even though my hair is in dire need of a retire, she probably means retwist, it still looks cute. Here's the feeling and looking cute. And I know that's right, Miss Naomie girl. I love that for us. And this is the picture that people tried to bring in a negative light. First of all, her energy. The energy reads to me happiness, joy, beauty. The skin is skinning. What blemish? Where? Because the forehead is shiny, no makeup. and it gave. But people thought that this was a time to attack a black woman. Now, I went and looked at her page, and to me, this is a gorgeous lady. Honestly, this is a fashionista. This lady's coming with looks. Everything about her gives rich. So I'm like, y'all wish, I promise to goodness, y'all hate black women when they love themselves, and I hate that for y'all. Because could you imagine over there loving yourself, feeling your beat, feeling your skin, no makeup? Glowing and being happy on your Monday, and people that are mad, hate themselves, their skin is not glowing, their twist is not twisting, they're not popping like Miss Pilula. And so they decided to come down to their comments and bring the hatred within themselves to her page. I understand, I totally get it. Yeah. Well, she came, she did a video in her car and she addressed it. And she basically said, y'all are not bringing her down. Okay? She's still winning.
What people don't realize is that behind every selfie is a human being with feelings. For Naomi, the bullying was personal, but her story is a reminder for all of us. Words online may seem harmless, but they can leave scars deeper than we think. Beauty isn't one size fits all. Beauty is diverse, unique, and personal. What makes you different is what makes you beautiful. Instead of tearing people down for not fitting into a narrow beauty box, we should be celebrating authenticity and individuality. Naomi's selfie wasn't just a picture, it was a challenge to the world to rethink how we define beauty and how we treat people who dare to be themselves online. So, the next time you scroll past someone's selfie, ask yourself, are you looking through the eyes of society's beauty standards or through the eyes of compassion? Let's stop normalizing online bullying and start normalizing kindness, authenticity, and self love. Thanks for watching. If you love this video, please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you, and do see you on the next one. Bye.